What's up, y'all? It's your girl Kimmy Kim at the Mitchell&Mitchell Sip and Spill Show. What's up, Sip?
What's up, Miss Spill, Miss Kimmy Kim, your boy Eddie Ed here. Check it out, guys. We at Mitchell&Mitchell Sip and Spill embarking on some new things, and we're trying to introduce some new programs that we're going to be doing live and direct on a regular basis, ongoing basis, that's going to empower our communities. Things that we've been aspiring to do for a long time.
Yeah.
And I'm very proud to present my partner and friend and everything. She's everything with what she does now. And Kimmy Kim, we're going to talk to you today, and today is going to be a start of what we're going to be doing when it comes to Thursday's therapy Thursdays with the Mitchell&Mitchell Sip and Spill show, podcast, and our programming. So I want to ask you a couple of questions. So you're now embarking on a new aspect of life, or a lane of helping and evolving and helping the community when it comes to therapy or I guess mental health in a way, or life coaching. So I've said on the previous episode that you were now a master life coach, and I want to ask you a question. So what are you? What is the program that you're doing? The inception of the program. What is it called? What are you looking toward? What are you looking to do? What is it about? Can you break it down and let us know?
Yeah. So I am a certified master life coach, and what that entails is I wrote my own niche of transitioning from trauma to triumph.
Okay.
As myself, I have experienced a lot of different trauma in my own life, and working through that to be able to help others is a healing point in itself. And just helping different women, being able to face those is usually starting from healing from being a young adult, being a child, your childhood, kind of triggered to what you are like in your adulthood. And so a lot of people don't really realize that. So I wanted to start Therapy Thursdays, which I want to go ahead and give this out, say this out. I've heard it as they also doing it on the radio show. So yes, I give my mad love to my people. And for myself, I also feel that talking about different things is a healing point when you're helping others and being able to express that and learn about it. I'm just gonna say about Black people, that's not one of our things. We ain't doing that therapy. Like I want to, and I don't necessarily subscribe, but I would like to dismantle the fact that talking about things, you know what I'm saying, whether you sitting there smoking a blunt or drinking, you know what I'm saying, or some people doing it through sex. I mean, this is how they actually is handling therapy. You are doing it in some shape or form without calling it that. That's your cope mechanism.
Okay.
But like we was talking about early on our show that Ed and I want to do BPEP, which embark upon the community to introduce a lot of different type of programs, which is all helping and healing. That's what it really is about, because it's a lot of us that are walking around with things that happened to us as a child. And if you can go back and heal that little person, your little you will be able to see what you truly is capable of, because we all were born with a set of great talents and gifts. So for me, my Therapy Thursday, what I want to talk about for me is that I feel that one of my challenges in life that I have experienced is over functioning in relationships. I heard something today, and it's just crazy, but it's so true. And I'm putting my own little spin on it. But it's like, so let's break down different relationships. Okay. When you're that older sibling, you kind of step up and take care of your little sisters and brothers, right? That's what you do.
Right.
And it doesn't matter if you're the middle, but when you're the oldest, you got that automatic responsibility on you.
Yeah.
Your parents looking at you for you to make sure that they are okay, your little sibling. But then when you in a career, you're the boss, okay? So everybody's contingent upon you to make sure that you pay, and not only just pay them, but they do the job, because you are reporting to somebody, but somebody is reporting to you.
Right.
Okay. And then when you're in a relationship, and as a woman, you have that man, and a lot of us had to be the man, step up, do things on our own. Perhaps you didn't have that person. It went out. Perhaps I'm sorry, y'all, if that went out. I did saw the screen go out, but I said, perhaps if you didn't have that person and you stepped up independently, you've been living your life, doing what you do, and you haven't had someone to share that with or to do things with, and just letting the man be the man. okay? Or you as a woman, you've been functioning as a single mother, or you've been dysfunctioning, living your life by yourself. And when you didn't have to share that space, your independence is can be a challenge. But what if you do have somebody that can share that space? I heard something today, which I just said earlier, about a young lady said that, hey, she said, I've been married for years. She said, but I have a problem. And that is I consistently overpower my husband. And who she was talking to, they said, man, are y'all still together? It was like, are y'all still together? Because she said, I overpower him. She said, it's not on purpose. She said, it's something I do because that's all that I've known to do. And yes, they've been married for years. And I guess the simple response to that is when you are an independent woman as a man, Ed, you could speak on this, Sip, you could say, but I feel, and you men can chime in and say this, but my experience of friends and also raising sons is that you all do have a sense and a feel of need where you do need to feel needed at some point in your relationship. Like you can say you even want an independent woman, she got her own, she got this and that. But if she really do got everything, what do she need you for? Mm. So part of some things being independently and over functioning in relationships versus a man and woman versus being at work versus being, a sibling, over functioning is not allowing that other person to do anything because you're doing it. And it can hurt you. It can affect you because it doesn't help them who you over functioning for. And it definitely doesn't hurt you because when it don't go or you don't feel it to be a certain way, it's easily for you to feel hurt or it's easy for you to be bothered. And so I'm admitting that I see that in me. And I am a person that like to get things done. I'm definitely a go-getter. But when you're in a relationship, okay, even as a mother and your children become grown, you can't function the same, even though you want to protect them. You understand what I'm saying?
Let me ask you a question. So when you say over function, give me an example for the guys or people who may be listening, like what does an over function look like? What did that mean?
So if I'm your boss and I'm doing your job for you, what is it left for you to do?
Okay.
If I'm in a relationship and I'm wearing a penis, okay, and you're my man, then what do you need to do? If I'm the bigger sibling and I'm supposed to be, teaching you and guiding you, but I'm doing everything for you, there's nothing for you to do. So over functioning goes in those different types of forms, but it doesn't mean necessarily that, but I'm so independently used to taking care of things that I don't know when to pause.
So it's kind of like,
you know what I mean, so to speak, and say, you do that.
Okay, so it's almost like not micromanagement per se, but it's almost like an enabler, like when enabler people say an enabler would
Yes,
do.
it is.
So you basically are saying that like in a relationship, let's say when it comes to siblings, so your mom says, okay, y'all got to clean this kitchen and blah, blah, blah. So the kitchen, the floors got to be mopped, swept, the dishes got to be done, washed and dried, the counters and all that kind of stuff. And then you got siblings that you can all delegate them to do it, but you may feel like, well, she don't really do it that good. And I want it done, and I don't want to hear mom's mouth, so you end up cleaning the kitchen. And the siblings don't really do it.
Right.
And so now they grow up, they get a little older, they never really learn how to do it properly.
Right.
And they become ineffective. So you basically overfunction in that relationship.
Absolutely.
Stopping them from growing. So let's put that in the relationship standpoint when it comes to a man and a woman. So you're the woman in the relationship, and so you got a guy, and the guy, when you say you overfunction, give me an example of that then. How would that be overfunction in a relationship? Give me an example.
Well, I would say, and I can't speak for everybody, but I would just give just different scenarios. I would say when you want that person to be your provider, most men say they provide a protector and priest, right? Or it's like he's not working, okay? And you are working and you're the one providing. So do you inform him, like I say, to you don't got to worry about nothing. You got him so strongly, right? Which is nothing wrong with that. But at the same time, he needs to still feel needed of what his part and his role is in your life. Now, let's flip it. Let's say that he's the one providing and you at home, okay? But he's not used to cleaning the kitchen or putting stuff up. He's used to going home, going to work, coming home, being fed, and going to bed, okay? That like the house is just taken care of. What I'm saying is that Over functioning enables people and it enables yourself. So even in career rise, I can't be everything, right? But somehow you manage to do everything. So when you want that other person to function of the sort that the role that they're supposed to do, they don't know how because I have enabled them.
So let's say as a man, like you say, a man goes to work, come home, and let's say traditional roles, you just said like go home, come to work, go to work, come back home rather. And he's fed and went to bed type of thing. But let's say he goes to work, come home, and he's cleaned the house, and he's cooked the food for everybody. Is that considered over functioning in the relationship too, where she feel like, well, dang, I mean, not like it's almost like, and you correct me if I'm wrong. It's almost like he's saying, all right, cool. I went to work and made the money, but I don't like to, what I'm saying, I like the way I cook. I'm gonna go ahead and cook for you because I told you to do the rice and you was a little tricky with the rice, or I don't know. Maybe he wanted to do the potatoes, or I don't know, make a steak or whatever. Maybe he don't cook the steak rare enough for him, and he come home and cook it because he not giving you the platform or the bandwidth to try and fail and get better at it. So he like, well, I'm just gonna do it because whatever. Is that kind of like over functioning? Like he going to work, he making the money, but he coming home, he cleaning the crib because he like it a certain way, and he cooking the food. Now it's like you looking like, well, damn, what am I doing? You making the money and you feeding all of us.
Right, but that's a his choice. It's like it's a her choice. So I want to say, let me go to the woman part because that's what I do know. The woman part is when you want your man to step up to do things. So you want him to be able to not just always, because we as women, a lot of us, we make our own money. We have our own stuff, our cars, our everything. We know how to do all that. But what role do you really want your man to play, your husband to play? What do you really want? So over functioning, if he says, hey, I like the way I cook rice, and you want to cook the rice, that's not over functioning because you already shared with me. That's what you want. So I'm gonna let you do just that.
Okay.
But it doesn't mean that you don't want me to cook hamburger or you don't want me, I'm just making up stuff, whatever else you want me to do. But that's just your thing. What I'm saying is over functioning, we lose the teaching moment. And you think you're really handling everything. And you are, but you don't have to. So you don't need to overfunction in things in order for them to function.
So is it a thing where what if the guy is not like holding up his end of the bargain? Like what if he's not doing those things that's necessary for the household to run or the relationship to run? Is that where you feel like you come in and you say, okay, I'm gonna go ahead on and just do it because I have this got to get done and they're not really doing it? Is that one of
Right.
those things?
That's right. And he shouldn't do that. Or that you got to have that conversation as a woman as to a man and a man to a woman. You need to have that conversation because, honey, if you're going to do everything, then I can't. I mean, I don't really know what you want me to do. So I fall back, which most men, a lot of men have said this to me, that they'll say they kind of fall back in a role because that's what she do. That's what she do. I kind of do what she tell me to do, like that. But then she's sitting up with a girl with a glass of wine on a Friday night saying he ain't doing blah, blah, blah. And because you're wearing the pants and the skirt. So I'm just saying, even though we are independent, because I'm one of them, doesn't mean that I don't want that person in my life to function in a way that manifests as us being a team. So my therapy for myself is I've learned to be able to put myself in a position to where my functioning has to happen together than apart.
Right.
And I want to share that with different people because we are taking on those roles as independent women and we all are kind of talking amongst ourselves and saying our needs are not being met. So that's one of mine. That's over functioning is a thing that you don't have to do. You would be surprised, ladies, of just letting him, know that one thing that you need him to do or one, two, that can go more than one to two to three, how he can truly show up and show out. But you got to give him that space to be in that place.
So I want to do a quick shout out to my girl Kimmy Kim and her being a master life coach. And then we're doing these conferences. We're going to have a location. We talked about in the previous episode. We're talking about BPEP, which is an organization that we've now founded, and we're moving forward in that. And she's going to be speaking. We're going to have some speaking engagements. We're going to be talking to people. We have a location we can kind of gather, and she's going to be able to talk to the women, and then work through their problems with that type of thing or whatever, and do this type of do these sessions, when it comes to life coaching. So we're gonna have a location for that. Kimmy Kim, I don't know if we got it set up yet, but right now you can definitely reach her through Mitchell and Mitchell 22, Mitchell and Mitchell, which is AN, not AND, Mitchell AN Mitchell 22 at gmail.com. You can always email us there. We will have a new phone number toward by a week from now. You should have new information. Call us at any time, leave information. And also you have all of our social media handles on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and Threads now, and TikTok. So you can always reach us on all those different platforms. And we do have a Snapchat, so you'll see us on there. So any place you can kind of find us, you can reach out to us and try to schedule an appointment to see Kimmy Kim or to come to one of our conferences or to one of our events. So we're going to have events here. You can come to our location and come in, and we will be talking and speaking and giving out information and refreshments and that type of thing. So we'll let you know when that's happening, but you better reach you right there. Is there anything else you want to tell them that I may have missed about your information or?
No, that's absolutely correct. So check us out. Make sure if you're watching us currently right now on YouTube, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and okay, and get notified when we put out our new segments each and every week. And then make sure you check us out on the Mitchell and Mitchell Sip and Spill group on Facebook.
Right.
We would love to hear from y'all or any feedback. DM us. You know what I'm saying, on Instagram, on Sip and Spill 2022. So just make sure that you let us know that you're watching. We want to give all the shout outs. Any subject that you guys want to talk about it, go ahead and let us know and we'll hit you back.
Hit you back. And check us. Definitely subscribe to us on Instagram as well. We're going to do some Instagram lives and we're going to be giving away some things. So check us out, follow us, like, subscribe us. Listen, it's always been real. It's been fun all the time. Every time we get to do our show, it's always, don't ever get it twisted. Don't think for a second that we don't appreciate everything you guys have done for us and the encouragement you've given us throughout the course of this past year or two. We like you, we love you, we want more of you. And it's always, as we say, Kim, it's always real, Mickey, Ficky fun. Thank you guys for tuning in for our Therapy Thursdays. We'll have one next week too. And check out Kimmy Kim. She's dope. She's that business. She's giving it to you like she know that God and the universe and everything the ancestors has given her to do. She's got that gift. So thank you. Appreciate you for sharing it with us. Thank you. You guys, we'll holler at you next time. Love you.
Peace, y'all.